Before we get into the video, this is part 2 in the series. If you haven't seen part 1, the link is in the description. Make sure to watch that first. So, in part 1, I set out to defeat Minecraft without breaking any wood. I thought that with 2 friends by my side, even the bonds of Minecraft would be no match. It turns out the bonds of Minecraft are much stronger than I anticipated. Now, if you watched my last video, you would know that dying did not stop us in part 1. But the reason we didn't stop before was because we didn't really lose any of our items. Whereas this time, we lost everything. Let me explain. So we joined the server, like the good little YouTubers we are, and began gathering iron for armor. After me and Gideon were done getting absolutely owned by a skeleton, John Scott returned from being productive with enough iron to get us all iron chestplates. Now at this point, you might think that John Scott was carrying the rest of us. And to that I reply with some foreshadowing of John Scott getting all our stuff burnt in lava. Once we had geared up, we started making our way to the surface. Also, swimming in lava was 100% intentional. After making it to the surface, we decided to cross the ocean, where we found a shipwreck and a ruin, which were both full of precious loot.
Hey, leather pants with mending! If you look to our right, we have a beautiful coral reef, contrasted by nature beautifully by this squekin on our center. One is large and beautiful, one is small and insignificant. One will make you feel a sense of wonder in the world. Squeak, you want to swim the other way. We are following the human compass that is squeaking. Unfortunately, the compass is all that's up there in his little brain. Behold his beautiful strokes. His feet completely out of the water, totally oblivious to the fact that he is wasting precious energy on cosmetics. Behold as he sinks, unable to swim further.
I think it really would have been worth it to invest in a boat.
Once we finished crossing the ocean, we found a lava pool and made a nether portal. Then I spent 40 minutes being lost in the overworld, while John Scott and Gideon spent the same amount of time being slightly less lost in the nether.
Where are you?
Where are you? I did not move. I was sorting my inventory.
Despite all of us being slightly disoriented, we were all able to find plenty of loot. During my travels, I came across many shipwrecks, ruined portals, and even a village, though the village turned out to be so poor that they could barely feed themselves. So I stole their food. Meanwhile, in the nether, John Scott and Gideon had stumbled across a bastion where they had quite a lot of success.
Woohoo! That was a ghast, I think.
Now, back in the overworld, I was using my excellent sense of direction to get myself more lost. I did, however, find a dog that I named Phil, because Phil is a good name. Don't ask questions. After wandering for what seemed like an eternity, I found myself on a beach that looked kind of familiar. After reaching back into the farthest recesses of my memory, I realized that I was at spawn. I then found my way back to our camp where John Scott and Gideon were waiting for me. We went to the nether, where evil things dwell, the place of nightmares. This place is hell. Now, why we thought this was a good idea, I can't say, but we needed blaze rods, so we braved the nether in our undergeared armor, forgetting that what you think is bravery can sometimes be foolishness. So we traversed the nether, and only died a few times. The first was when I asked Gideon if he wanted to see a magic trick. Now, you have to understand that I was completely innocent and unaware that this magic trick included Gideon repeatedly smashing his face into my axe. And so it was by this unfortunate accident that Gideon died. The second death was when me and Gideon simultaneously decided to spleef the ground out from underneath each other while John Scott was building a bridge. Now you may be wondering how we got our stuff back. And believe me, it was very, very hard. After that, me and John Scott showed off our ninja skills by jumping around on basalt pillars. We also found a nether fortress, and while we did get fireballs thrown at us, I have to say, it was a pretty warm welcome. Bad puns aside, look at John Scott and Gideon falling down in sync. 5 seconds later, I got mauled by a wither skeleton, but that was nothing compared to what was about to happen. I got my stuff back, and I was minding my own business, sorting through my inventory, when John Scott thought it was a good idea to let lava into the tunnel. We both got caught in the lava. Our journey flashed before my eyes. I remembered the parrot that Gideon killed, the baby turtle I saved, and Phil, who was waiting for me back in the overworld. I remember the friendships I had made. I knew that things looked bad, but I could get out of this. I could do this. And then I burnt to a crisp. Me and John Scott lost everything. There was no recovering from this. And it was at this point that I accepted. We had lost. We failed. But I'm sure we'll do better next time. Now you may be asking, next time? What makes you think you'll do better next time? Because next time, there will be more of us. Thank you for watching, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.